school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBsports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good evening. Welcome to the Falcons Nest on the campus of Pennsbury High School as we get you ready for high school basketball on the WBCB Sports Network. Tonight's game brought to you by the Revere Restaurant, Team Toyota. This is the McCaffrey's game of the night. McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day, thanks to St. Mary Medical Center, to Penn Community Bank, Rob's Automotive and Collision, BCWSA, Puss in Boots Tavern, Jammer Doors and Windows, the Peruzzi Auto Group, DiLorenzo's Pizza, the Berg Pizza on New Falls Road, the Trentonian. And this is the Trentonian pregame show getting you set for the start tonight. The Pennsbury Falcons hosting the Truman Tigers. It's the Battle of Levittown, the Battle of 5 Points here tonight. Falcons looking for a great start to their season. They come in 3-0 off of a big win against their rivals, the Neshaminy Redskins, a 54-40 win on Tuesday night. And Gus, they can get their first 4-0 start this decade if they can get past the Truman Tigers. It really is the Falcons soaring already in this early part of the high school basketball season.
Yeah, and you look at how they played last year, they didn't really start getting things going until after that Christmas tournament. So the goal for this team is trying to get things started early in this season, and that's exactly what they've been able to do so far. Looking, as you said, looking for their first 4-0 start this decade. And who's leading that charge? Some of their seniors. Look at somebody like Connor Taddy. He's leading the Falcons in scoring, just under 16 points per game. So that's one of the guys you're going to look at to this hot start and why they could go 4-0.
Yeah, Connor Taddy leading the Falcons in scoring, Darnell, but he trails in the race for Athlete of the Week. Pennsbury trying to get a little energy, get some votes from Falcon fans to vote for Connor Taddy for the Courier-Times Athlete of the Week, but he, like the rest of the team, has gotten off to a great start this season, and they're going to be facing a Truman team that struggled last year, Darnell, but they bring back a lot of varsity experience, and they're going to be powered by Trey Winton, a 5'8 junior, and Aaron Nathan, a 6'6 inside presence for the Truman Tigers tonight. And, you know, they didn't have the results they were looking for last year, but they've been working hard in the offseason to turn that whole thing around.
Yeah, like I said, these are two up-and-coming programs. The Falcons, you know, a chance to go 4-0 for the first time in a decade. You just got two teams coming out and just trying to compete. Both these teams last year split their season series. Both teams winning at home. So, you know, we'll see who has the advantage tonight and look forward to a good game. A lot of experience on both sides. So, you know, it makes for good basketball.
All right, getting you closer to the start of tonight's McCaffrey's Game of the Night on WBCB. We're going to step aside, take care of a couple of quick messages, and return with more of our pre-game activities. The Pennsbury Falcons hosting the Truman Tigers. SOL High School Boys Basketball action coming up on WBCB.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it.
So Falcons on Tuesday night against the Neshaminy shot 55% from the field, a really good shooting night for Pennsbury. Compare that to Neshaminy. They couldn't get anything going from beyond the three-point arc. They went 0 for, I think it was 0 for 16 from beyond the three-point arc for Neshaminy. And Pennsbury getting a 14-point win. But really looking forward to the second time those two teams meet later in the season. You know, we got, of course, the Truman Tigers in front of us right now. Can't look past anybody on the schedule. But Neshaminy, although they were on the wrong side of that result, and they really have some firepower on that team. And the Falcons did a good job defensively. Coach Emmy told me, Gus, that they did not change their defensive scheme. They made some tweaks in game showing, for instance, Nate Townsend, some different defenders, but they really stuck with the same defensive look. And he's pointing to that as one of the things that has them a little bit ahead of schedule or ahead of where they were last year. They're keeping things simpler, allowing the players out there to only have like one thing or two things in mind so that they, you know, don't get confused, or they can focus on what the job at hand is.
Yeah, and you saw last year, that was one of the strengths for this Pennsbury team, was their defense. Offense could struggle at times, but their defense always kept them in games. And last night you saw that the defense was going to be another strength to this team. And it started when you looked at the game. Nate Townsend obviously was going to be one of the top scorers for that Neshaminy team. Had his way from here and there, but Pennsbury did a good job slowing him down when they needed it. And besides really Nate Townsend, like you said, 0 for from the three-point line. So switching things up in game when they started going on a run. But overall, a really good job by Pennsbury early in the season on their defensive side.
And the other guy that Coach Emmy was lifting up, and maybe a kind of a team credit about the job they did against Amir Coombs, who's a super quick guard for Neshaminy, and they really kind of kept him bottled up. But for the Falcons, Darnell, they turned the ball over too much. 15 turnovers for Pennsbury, and that's something that they can work to clean up tonight, and just something they're going to have to do better with throughout this season. That's a little too many times turning the ball over.
Yeah, you don't want to kind of get into a habit of being a team that gets too careless with the basketball. You want to give yourself a chance every possession to get a good shot, get a quality shot up, give yourself a chance to put some points on the board. If you're turning the ball over, you're letting the other team get out in transition, get easy looks at the basket. Your defense isn't getting set. So, a lot of good can come from taking care of the basketball. So definitely something that they want to try to work on and limit in these next couple of games moving forward.
And on Tuesday night, Gus, we saw the emergence of Simon DeLuigi, the 6'7" big man for the Pennsbury Falcons, who has been a JV player up to this season, but now as a senior, he really is coming to play a double-double against Neshaminy. 10 points. I kind of shortchanged him. I only gave him 8 in my score count or whatever, but he had 10 points and 11 rebounds in that game.
Yeah, and he really showed his presence early. You could tell in the game, defensively, offensively, that Simon DeLuigi was going to be involved both sides. And you could see it from the beginning, getting in pick and rolls, getting down low, passing it out to some shooters in the three-point line. And then defensively, he was just jumping at everything, had a couple blocks, doing a really good job of just causing pressure. And when you have that size, it's an easy job. You don't have to get too close to put some pressure on some guys. So he did an excellent job on both sides, and it shows that this Pennsbury team, even with the loss of Ryan Zuckerman, they're going to be able to find some guys like Simon DeLuigi to fill that hole and do a successful job at it.
Yeah, his work as a rim protector against Neshaminy, and I think throughout this season is going to be something that the Pennsbury Falcons are going to lean on defensively in a big, big way.
And that's why when I thought about it, we had to do the Birds block of the night, because I had a feeling we're going to see a lot of those by Simon DeLuigi this year.
And he had a couple of dunks, so the DiLorenzo's dunks might be in play.
We're going to be saying a lot of this year. DiLorenzo's is going to be hearing their name a lot.
He flushed a couple against Neshaminy, and tonight looking forward to the matchup inside. DeLuigi going up against 6'6" senior Aaron Nathan. And again, the Truman Tigers have had a great offseason, developing skills, playing in multiple leagues from the spring all the way through the fall, and they're looking to...
Suburban 1 matchup between the Truman Tigers and the Pennsbury Falcons. Please rise for our national anthem. Tonight's anthem will be performed by senior Shaylin Nushke, who was just recently cast as the lead in the upcoming spring musical, Anastasia.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
Let's hear for Shaylin Nushke.
Yeah, wow, terrific job with the national anthem there.
And now, for tonight's starting lineups. For the Truman Tigers, starting at forward, number 0, Trey Winton. Starting at guard, number 3, Jaden Luchansky. Starting at guard, number 5, Devay Vaughn. Starting at center, number 11, Aaron Nathan. And starting at forward, number 33, Shaq Chapman. The Tigers are head coached by Mr. Randolph Jackson. The assistant coaches, Tim Cardley, Sean Warner, and Francis Robles. And now, the starting lineups for the Pennsbury Falcons. Starting at forward, number 21, Simon Delucci. Starting at guard, number 2, Mike Roccagrande. Starting at guard, number 3, Danny Cohen. Starting at guard, number 1, Teddy Mangan. And starting at forward, number 10, Connor Taddy. The Falcons are head coached by Mr. Wes Emmy, assistant coaches Kurt Bergman, Mike Higgins, Jermaine Major, Lou Cognini, and John Love. Tonight's officials are Terry Sheen, Mark Dusick, and Dom McGettigan. We'd like to remind you that tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night. Several teachers are in attendance, invited as favorites by our boys basketball team. We will honor them at halftime. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Pennsbury's own Connor Taddy is up for Player of the Week. Please take a moment and vote for Connor. Polls close at 8 p.m., so you need to act fast. Log on to phillyverbs.com. You can enter as many times as possible. Thank you.
All right, well, polls close at 8 p.m., just like on election night. Got to get your votes in for Connor Taddy for Athlete of the Week as the Pennsbury Falcons set to do battle with the Truman Tigers. For Pennsbury, Mangan, Rocco Grandi, Cohen, Taddy, and Delucci. For the Truman Tigers, Winton with Luchansky, Vaughn, Nathan, and Thomas. And we're underway. Tigers winning the opening tap. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Again, Pennsbury looking for their first 4-0 start of the decade, and it's a nice drive to the hole, but unable to finish is Aaron Nathan. A great look there with the left hand, but the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Truman, and here come the Pennsbury Falcons. Well, as soon as they get Teddy Mangan to tuck his shirt in.
Yeah,
will be back
I saw on
underway.
JV, these refs are very much sticklers of the tucked-in shirts.
Well, one of the officials yesterday or on Tuesday night was telling me that they are they have to be the clothing police, which must be a new PIAA kind of mandate. Connor Taddy from downtown hits the three and puts the Falcons in front 3-0.
Well, Connor Taddy up for Player of the Week, showing it off early as he's Pennsbury's leading scorer and getting on the board early with an early three.
I heard from Coach Emmy that he's trailing the student athlete from LaSalle by like just a couple of percentage points. A miss by the Tigers. Danny Cohen gets it inside to DeLuigi, and too big inside DeLuigi with an easy lay-in off the glass, makes it 5-0.
Yeah, DeLuigi had the matchup there as Nathan trying to go and pick the pass and just goes out of bounds and leaves DeLuigi with a mismatch.
Here's Luchansky. Looked like maybe a travel violation, and now Winton bounces it inside. Nice look into the big man, but Nathan gets it knocked away. A little contact there, and Nathan will take a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup tonight. We were talking Tuesday a little bit how Simon DeLuigi, he's got a good size advantage in a lot of these games. You don't see a lot of guys 6'6". Well, Nathan coming in this game 6'6" as well. So finally get to see DeLuigi up against somebody his own size and see how dominant he can be in this game.
And not afraid to attack him either, as we see early on in this game.
Nice stroke at the line as well from senior Aaron Nathan. Puts the Truman Tigers on the scoreboard. And he gets them both. Falcons on top, 5-2. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Connor Taddy with a nice pass up the floor to Simon DeLuigi, who flushes it. That's a DiLorenzo's dunk.
Yeah, that's an extra spicy pepperoni right there. Man, putting some emphasis on that one.
Inside for the Truman Tigers, but the extra pass goes out of bounds. Not a bad idea there for Nathan to try to go from a good shot to a great shot, but unfortunately the pass off the mark, and the Falcons bring it up the floor. Mangan up top, shovels to Cohen. Cohen, little hezzy dribble, puts the layup off the glass, no good. DeLuigi keeps it alive, get it across to Rocco Grandi. Baseline now, DeLuigi.
This is a matchup that people came to see.
Ooh, little sky hook, little too strong. Taddy keeps it alive, three in the corner. Connor in the corner, but he couldn't hit it that time.
Yeah, Pennsbury doing a great job already just in their first 2 games here at the Nest with offensive rebounds.
Long two. Not that time for Luchansky. Falcons doing a good job controlling the glass. It's been one and done for Truman. And Connor Taddy going to get called for a travel.
Number 1, Julian Rogers in the game.
Shuffled the feet a little
Yeah,
bit.
doing a pump fake, and as he's pump faking, the feet
Virginia
moves.
Luchansky.
It's not a big travel. They're not going to like it, but it's a travel.
So Coach Emmy was telling me that in the third quarter of the Neshaminy game, Rocco Grandi made a spin move play in the lane, and your call of that has like gone viral here in the Pennsbury community.
Really?
He said tell Barber that everybody is talking about.
Well, I'm going to
Oh, man, you're famous.
I just call it how I see it. That play was disgusting.
There's a turnover by the Tigers, a walk.
It's crazy, too, because I remember Rocco Grande as a little baby because his whole family played baseball, Fairless Hills Athletic Association. I played there as well, so it's crazy seeing him now make those kind of moves.
And he's got a great name to call. I think it was your call. Rocco Grande.
Yeah.
There he goes. Tries the scoop shot, can't quite get it, and the Tigers, Trey Winton bringing it up the floor. Now Nathan working against DeLuigi. Takes him down low, and now back up top to Vaughn. Trying to get it inside to Nathan. It's deflected by Cohen, and there's going to say a foul on Cohen. Banged into Aaron Nathan.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about Pennsbury's defense last year, this year, one of their strengths, and that's a big part of it right there. Guys trying to intercept passes, just trying to get fingers on balls, and just trying to tip things to try to go in their direction.
They inbound to Shaq Chapman. Now Nathan holds up top, drives left. tough shot, a little too strong off the glass, and it's going to go off of the Falcons and stay down here.
Yeah, it looked like it deflected off DeLuigi going out, but that's a great job by DeLuigi. Not getting too aggressive on defense, going up and trying to block it, and just keeping his feet set and making it difficult for Nathan.
4.5 to go, first quarter. McCaffrey's game of the night, reverse layup attempted by Nathan. Doesn't quite get the finish, and a backcourt violation by the Pennsbury Falcons. DeLuigi shoveling it to Mangan, and that's a turnover, that one of those mental errors, and it had the same thing happen to him against Neshaminy.
Yeah, another turnover for Pennsbury. One of the things that they're going to have to clean up early in the season.
Vaughn with the runner, that's no good, and then underneath, it goes off of Chapman, out of bounds, and back to the orange and black. Falcons bring it up the floor. Here with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter. McCaffrey's game of the night, McCaffrey's Food Markets, exceptional every day. Chris Ermer with Gus Barber, Darnell Turner, Ben Goldstein, and Braden Niskevich. Great to have you with us. Here's Rocco Grandi up top. The junior drives off the glass, no good. DeLuigi, he jumped a little too early, and it's Trey Winton who bounces it up to his teammate. And a trip to the line coming up for the Tigers. Shaq Chapman, the 5'7" senior, pays the price.
Danny Cohen, his second.
Takes contact from Danny Cohen.
33 Chapman.
Yeah, it looked like a good job by Cohen going up and trying to go straight up, nothing but ball, but obviously there was contact there, and the ref's going to call it.
I like what Witten did there, getting a rebound, pushing the pace,
Number 5,
hitting his teammate for an opportunity to score, and now he's getting 2 free throws.
Sam Callahan off the bench as Danny Cohen will get a breather with 3:48 to go first quarter. Cohen sitting down with a couple of early fouls. And Shaq Chapman comes up empty at the line. Taddy double teamed. Nathan takes it away and banks it in.
Nathan.
Everyone ran away from the basketball, and
Nathan does a good job now up the floor here to DeLuigi. DeLuigi, Euro step, scoop shot, no, but he follows it up with a tap in.
Man, a big man with those kind of moves, ooh, hitting with the Euro.
You talk about a Euro step when it's Simon DeLuigi, that's a big step.
Yeah.
Now DeVay Vaughn cut off, gives it up to Winton. Winton going left, pulls up. DeLuigi there maybe altered that shot. And another one and done for the Tigers. Up top to Taddy. Taddy bounces down low at the elbow, looking for Callahan. That's no good. Truman running the floor. Trey Winton with a bucket.
Yeah, another good job by Truman, just getting the ball in transition, making them have a man advantage and going up for the layup there.
Here's DeLuigi driving the baseline and blocked by Aaron Nathan.
Yeah.
It's a bird block for the Truman Tigers. And they do feed the big man, but he'll give it up to Vaughn and they'll reset the offense. Right now it's Eric David marking Nathan as Winton dribbles up top, gives it over to Vaughn. Vaughn goes back a bit, and the Truman Tigers will take an opportunity to talk things over with 2:05 to go. It's a timeout on the floor. And tonight's game brought to you by Junior's Car Wash at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. Now open in Levittown, again, just down the street from Pennsbury High School. And it's a Pennsbury graduate who's behind Juniors and a proud supporter of everything that we do on WBCB to help promote Pennsbury athletics. Oh, by the way, I got to let you know that Coach Emmy on Tuesday told me about the clinic that they have. They got some PRBL camps coming up.
Ooh.
I think one of them is this Saturday. And a great opportunity to learn the sport of basketball from the Pennsbury varsity players. These are the guys who, you know, they've done it out here on the floor. Yeah. They've come up through the PRBL. And again, a Pennsbury Regional Basketball League camp coming up. As we get back to action, the Tigers out of the timeout. We'll send it back to Vaughn, who walks it over midcourt. Trapped. And passing out of the trap, it's taken away by Teddy Mangan, jumping the passing lane. Mangan with the steal, running the floor, and throws it high into the air. Kind of lost the handle.
Just a bit high.
Yeah, it looked like he thought Simon DeLuigi was going to come flying in from the baseline or something with the alley-oop, but instead it's thrown out of bounds. And the Tigers, with 90 seconds to go in the first quarter, opportunity to tie it up, and they get it even at 9. Trey Winton with the 3.
Yeah, downtown, all the way from 5 points, where Truman's at. He hit that thing from. Nice 3 to tie this ball game up.
Rattles it home, 9-9. McCaffrey's game of the night, the Pennsbury Falcons hosting the Truman Tigers, and a little hesitation step by Teddy Mangan, and that's a travel.
Yeah, that's the one thing with Pennsbury's game. Turning the ball over with self-inflicting turnovers. And when you try to do a pump fake, you gotta set your feet before you try to travel, or you try to go into the lane, I should say.
Well, we mentioned that Pennsbury turned it over too frequently against Neshaminy. Already 8 turnovers for the Falcons in the first quarter. Here's Winton from the corner. No good, long rebound. Brought up the floor by Callahan. Puts on the brakes in the lane, out to Taddy, 3. Nathan with the miss. Gives it up to Vaughn. The 5'8" sophomore walks it up the floor. Gets it back here, working against Rocco Grandy. Takes him down low. Rocco Grandy cuts him off, has to give it up to Winton. Winton up top to Nathan, who's out there working against defensive specialist Eric David. I mean, they bring David on both for a burst of energy at both ends of the floor. But right now, he's got the assignment against the Truman Tiger big man. Here's Shaq Chapman. Now working against Grayson Gosum, who's getting his first minutes out here right at the end of the first quarter. Only 5 seconds left. Last shot opportunity. Here's Chapman for 3. Too strong. Callahan at the buzzer. No good.
And that's the end of the first quarter.
First quarter comes to an end, even at 9 in the McCaffrey's game of the
Ladies
night.
and gentlemen, once again, tonight is Teacher Appreciation Night.
Don't forget, if you miss any of the action here on WBCB, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national news 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Thanks also to the Peruzzi Auto Group for value and service on all makes and models. Free multi-point inspection on your vehicle with any paid service. Also a 10% military and law enforcement discount on any service. You buy 3 tires, you get the 4th free at the Peruzzi Auto Group. And Peruzzi, big comfy waiting rooms at their dealerships with free Wi-Fi and early drop-off, and also proud to be longtime sponsors of Pennsbury Falcon basketball and football and baseball on WBCB, the Peruzzi Auto Group service for all makes and models. Visit a Peruzzi dealership on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills, where their business is you. Pennsbury Boys Basketball Parents Club asking you to come out, support the Falcons. Sponsorships are available. For more information on sponsorships and program books, visit the concession stand at any of the Falcon home games. Connor Taddy with it as we get back to action. Second quarter, Rocco Grandy drives the lane and lost the handle.
Yeah, these turnovers are killing Pennsbury's offense right now. They just can't get in a rhythm.
Stephen Thomas out there with Julian Rogers for the Tigers as they got some different faces to get this second quarter underway, including R.J. Cox, who drives his shot no good, but it's last touched by Pennsbury and will stay down here. Falcons shooting 22% from the floor. Truman shooting 27% in the first quarter. Falcons 33% from distance, and same thing for the Tigers in quarter number 1. Yeah, pretty even stats, and I guess that's what you'd expect when we have an even game at 9.
Yeah, everything is even the score.
And it seemed like the Falcons had the edge in the first part of the first quarter, and then Truman making some adjustments, and they had some better results. As we got to the end of the quarter, there's Taddy with a drive. Right hand, no good. Eric David, what an effort on the floor. He keeps it alive, sends it over to Callahan, and timeout. No, Grayson Gosum is the guy there with the basketball for the Falcons. And a heads-up timeout call by Pennsbury will help them maintain possession.
Pennsbury.
As we're just a minute gone by, a little more than that, here in the second quarter, 6:57 on the clock. Again, you miss any of the action here, you can read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. And yeah, we begin our Jersey basketball coverage next week on Thursday. We've got a Pennsbury Falcon doubleheader for you on Tuesday. The boys travel to Bensalem. The girls will be here at the Falcons Nest, and you can catch both games on WBCB. And then on Thursday, we're going to jump across the river. We got some Mercer County basketball coming your way throughout this high school hoops season. Falcons back to it. Grayson Gosum running the weave. Taddy to Rocco Grandi in the lane, and another good deflection by the Tigers. Knock it away from the Pennsbury junior, and now here's Stephen Thomas. Picks up the dribble, in a little bit of trouble, bounces out to Winton. Winton going left. Out to Rogers, three. Little too strong, ball bouncing around. Finally, Rocco Grandi secures it. Over to Taddy, baseline, up top to David.
Nice pump fake.
Yeah, got the defenders to bite, and then as Callahan drives,
Number 3, Danny Cohen.
he kind of loses possession
14,
as he goes through the paint, and Truman has it.
4, Grayson Gosum in the game for the Falcons.
Yeah, another turnover. What is that? They're 10th, 11th? I mean,
Yeah, 11.
way too many for a first half. Like you said, they came in averaging 15, and they've almost got that first half.
And we get a technical foul?
Thanks, guys.
No.
I don't know.
No, a timeout on the floor?
No, I think there's
No, that was a tech, right?
Technical foul on Truman.
And I thought they flashed a 15,
That's what I thought.
and I don't have a 15 on my roster. Do you see a 15 over there?
I do not. But I don't know. I see the head coach animated, so maybe they were talking about it on the head coach. Gotcha. That's what. Okay, we thought we saw a 15. We saw 6 because it was technical. 6 players on the court for Truman, team technical.
And at the line for the Falcons,
So now,
6-foot guard Teddy Mangan, who gets 1 of 2 and breaks this tie, puts the Falcons back in front.
explains why Truman's head coach was very animated. Self-inflicting. It was a tie ball game. Now Pennsbury up 1.
Again, big thanks to Junior's Car Wash right near Pennsbury High School, making portions of tonight's game possible. Teddy Mangan working with the basketball up top to Grayson Gosum. That's Baraski into the corner. 3 is good from Danny Cohen.
Danny Cohen for 3.
Danny Cohen with the 3 and Baraski with the assist.
Best thing about that possession is that the Falcons didn't turn it over. They were able to get a shot up as we get a turnover.
Mangan with the steal. Drives it, no good.
Grayson Gosum.
And Grayson Gosum is there to clean it up.
More success with Pennsbury and offensive rebounds.
So Gosum with a bucket and now trapped in the corner. Tigers in trouble there. Jaden Luchansky does a good job just maintaining possession by knocking it off of the Falcons.
Yeah, it was either going to be a kickball on Pennsbury because he threw it at his feet or out of bounds on Pennsbury. So they picked out of bounds.
Bouncing inside, working in the paint. Little up and under move for R.J. Cox. A little too strong off the glass for him. Up top now to Gosum for the Pennsbury Falcons. Out to Baraski. Looked like he was thinking about shooting. Instead, Mangan will let it go. Nathan with the rebound. Nathan clapping, asking for the basketball. He gets it up top, and now a little behind the back dribble. And then he gives up the basketball to DeVay Vaughn. Vaughn turns on the Jets, gets around the corner and gets his shot off. That's no good. Nathan tries to follow up, and he is snuffed out by Simon DeLuigi. Another Berg block by the Pennsbury big man, and he put it right back in the chest of Nathan, and as Nathan goes to the floor, he's called for the travel.
Yeah, more defensive presence there by Simon DeLuigi, and he is a menace on that side.
And when you're up against DeLuigi, you better try a couple of pump fakes.
Yeah, try to get him jumping, because if not, he is going to have his hands on you.
Here's Baraski. Little floating jumper from the elbow. That's no good. Danny Cohen, though, picks it up. He tries a quick shot. That rims out. Tigers looking for their first bucket of the second quarter. And we're about halfway through the second frame. Winton with a quick catch and shoot. They needed that one, and a big bucket there from one of their clutch guys.
Yeah, that was a big shot. The Falcons were making a run. They had a chance to, maybe make some distance. So
there's Danny Cohen, pulls up in the lane, no good. Gets his own miss, and he drops it off to Simon DeLuigi, who does a little nifty work with the reverse lay-in.
Yeah, you can see the game has changed a lot once DeLuigi came back in.
DeLuigi trying to deny Nathan the basketball, but Nathan drives down the lane and scores.
Yeah, he's not afraid tonight. He has attacked multiple times, whether he's missed, gotten blocked, he keeps coming.
And the Tigers keep coming. Now within 3, as we're down near the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Baraski gives it back to Danny Cohen. DeLuigi up top. Baraski, little off to the left.
It's a great pass by DeLuigi, getting his teammate a good shot.
Winton racing it up the floor. Man, had a good look right there and comes off the back of the rim. Now Mangan slowing things down as he works against Shaq Chapman.
Oh, nice cut.
Little give and go inside to Baraski, and Nathan with another block sends this one out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm loving the matchup between Luigi and Nathan. Two guys with size just showing their presence on the court. So far, it's lived up to expectations.
Two guys with size and length, and they both do a good job rim protecting, and you saw that right there with the Nathan block. And Tigers
Rogers in the game for Shaq Chapman.
Fighting there is knocked out of bounds by DeVay Vaughn. So Falcons have to reset. One of the things Coach Emmy was really looking for from his team was their ability to flow in their offensive sets. Nice look down low. Beautiful pass by Connor Taddy to DeLuigi, but he couldn't drop it home. Yeah, you're right. You got to get the finish on that one. And there, Nathan loses the handle. DeLuigi to Taddy. Connor Taddy with 2 more.
Makes sense. You need some points. Give it to your top scorer.
He's got 5 of the Falcons' 19, and they're up by 5 with under 2 minutes left in the first half. Stay with us. Ben Goldstein will have halftime stats at the break. Now Nathan driving the lane, and a foul called on DeLuigi. Got him with the body. And DeLuigi's second.
Aaron Nathan to the line, 2.
And for Aaron Nathan, his second trip to the free throw line tonight. First one was good, and this one gets off to a good start. Cuts the lead down to 4. Make that a 3-point Pennsbury advantage.
Yeah, Truman doing a great job in this game, just staying, making it close, and just keeping the pressure on Pennsbury.
And one of the things they were looking for this season, stay competitive, and they've done that tonight. looking for the alley-oop there.
Simon DeLucia.
misses the first one, but he just sticks with it, and he gets the second.
More success off of offensive rebounds.
Another double-digit night for Simon DeLucia. He's got 10 for Pennsbury. Luchansky with the dribble. And the Tigers
30-second timeout. Truman.
will call a timeout, a 30-second timeout with 1:09 to go, second quarter. And we'll let you know that tonight's game brought to you by Puss in Boots Tavern. The place to gather with friends and family during the holidays is Puss in Boots Tavern, your hometown neighborhood place for decades. Reserve a table for any size gathering at the Boot. They also do catering on and off premise with all different menu options. Let Puss in Boots cater your holiday affair so you can relax and enjoy. Puss in Boots Daily Happy Hour, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, featuring half-price apps plus daily specials. Their Fresh Seafood Festival every Friday. The Dollar Hot Dogs, that's all day, every Saturday. And Cheesesteak Sundays at the Boot. Check out their website for their daily specials. Gift cards from Puss in Boots make great gifts for the holidays. Puss in Boots Tavern, open 7 days, and your gathering spot for the holidays. At 942 Trenton Road, Fairless Hills, you might even bump into Santa at Puss in Boots. You're listening to the McCaffrey's Game of the Night.
I had a beer with Santa there. It was actually very fun.
That's awesome. All right, back to action here. Under a minute to go in the half. Aaron Nathan gives it off to Vaughn, and it looks like they're trying to get it inside. They do. High post to Nathan. Nathan with an extra step. Yeah, that's a walk.
Yeah.
Number 5, Sam Callahan in the game for Tyler Baraski.
Sam Callahan back into the game for the last little bit as Tyler Baraski is getting some good minutes in the second quarter tonight. Mangan here in the corner avoids the double team. Now gets it back from Sam Callahan. Falcons, I think, trying to hold on for a last shot. No. Cohen lets it go. Three-pointer rattles out. And now the Tigers could hold for a good look. Here before the break. Point guard DeVay Vaughn. Dribbling around, shovels it to Winton. 5 seconds left for Truman. They need to hurry to get a good shot off. DeLuigi with the deflection, and they're not going to get the shot off. Ball on the floor, and we reach the end of the first half. Falcons with a 5-point advantage, 21-16 our score. Stay tuned. We'll have teacher appreciation at the half. And this, of course, is the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. We'll also check out our halftime stats with Ben Goldstein. Thanks to Puss in Boots Tavern for helping to make tonight's game possible. And before we step aside, want to let you know, Yardley Jewelers extending their liquidation retail store closing sale. They're going to go all the way through December 23rd. A great opportunity for the holidays, not your ordinary going out of business sale. This is Yardley Jewelers, an inventory of award-winning custom jewelry, all priced at 50 to 70% off. Their antique and estate jewelry, plus diamonds, wedding rings, pearls, necklaces, bracelets, and more. We're talking about Yardley Jewelers and their special liquidation retail store closing sale going all the way up pretty much to Christmas Day, December 23rd. And yeah, so they're extending the whole thing, closing their retail store, open Tuesday through Saturday in the heart of Yardley at the corner of Main Street and Afton Avenue. We thank Yardley Jewelers for helping make portions of tonight's high school basketball game possible on WBCB. All right, halftime with the Falcons in front, 21-16. We're coming right back with teacher appreciation recognition. We'll also take a look at the scoring and the stats from the first half of tonight's game.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota is the choice for your next vehicle purchase or service this season. With new Toyota models available for immediate delivery and over 100 certified used and pre-owned vehicles for any budget. Plus service specials to keep you on the road to victory. Shop or schedule online at teamtoyota.net or choose one of our 3 locations in Langhorne, Glen Mills, or Princeton. Are you part of the team?
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for AutoPay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, prove it.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
Welcome back to the Falcons Nest. They're putting on the full court press for Connor Taddy here for Athlete of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, if the teachers who are being honored this evening, if they could please make their way down to the gym floor and come over to the scorer's table. All those teachers.
That's the voice of Dan Mahoney, of course, PA
Let's
man
hear
for
these
boys
as they
basketball.
Make their way over here to the scorer's table.
All right, here come the teachers for teacher recognition for Pennsbury basketball. And this is, I think last year they did it pre-game.
And now the players would like to
but the players
nominate
get
their
to
favorite teachers on Teacher Appreciation
recognize their
Night.
favorite teacher and give them a little love here on a Thursday
and
evening.
Mike nominated Mrs. Garrettson, his pre-calc teacher. Let's hear from Mrs. Garrettson.
All right.
Mike said one impact she had on him was her motivation and drive to have each and every student perform their best. In specific, he enjoyed the class because she not only helped him academically, but also had an interest in other activities he did outside the classroom, including basketball. Let's hear from Mrs. Garrettson. Next, Tyler Boraski nominated Wayne Demore as English 11 teacher. Tyler said Mr. Demore made class fun while still helping him learn. He was relatable and easy to connect with. He'll be playing a sport. He played a college sport, and so did he. He gave me information on what to expect, which helped him tremendously. Let's hear from Mr. Demore.
All right.
Next, Teddy Mangan has Brooke Stout as his nominee. Counselor extraordinaire, Ms. Brooke Stout, always asked him to do his best, and Teddy thanks her for that. Next, we have Colin Kelleher nominating Mr. Bergman. Mr. Bergman, he appreciated him and always made school fun and taught him valuable life lessons. Let's hear from Mr. Bergman. Next, we have Sam Callahan, who nominated Mr. Lindemann, his physics teacher. He chose Mr. Lindemann because he is a very relatable, fun, and laid-back teacher. He's great at teaching his classes and incorporating fun into each of his lessons. Let's hear it from Mr. Lindemann. Next, Connor Taddy chose Mr. Shrepko, his Nest teacher, social studies teacher. Connor says, me and Mr. Shrepko share a bond in Nest by talking history or having other fascinating interests. He left an impression on him to enjoy the little things in life. Let's hear it for Mr. Shrepko. Next, Mitch Primola nominates Silvia Padilla, his Spanish 1 teacher. He wasn't able to make it this evening, but he made every class fun and connected with the students very well. Next, Grayson Gozo nominated Mr. Ruggieri, who unfortunately is sick this evening, but he was his freshman coach and was also a good teacher. Next, Danny Cohen nominated Mrs. Garrettson. Not only is Mrs. Garrettson a phenomenal teacher, she was someone I could talk to about anything. She taught me numerous things that I could take into the real world, and you can't thank her enough for making such a difficult class so enjoyable. Next, we have Simon DeLuigi nominating Miss Seminole, his pre-calculus teacher. Simon says, a good teacher had an effective, unique teaching style, helping me out a lot through the basketball season and being super lenient. It was a fun, interactive class. Super nice person that knows how to teach. Next, Mason Young nominated Mr. Sanchez, his math teacher. And basically, he helped him become better at math. Wow. You can't ask for more from a math teacher. Let's hear it from Mr. Sanchez. And finally, Eric David nominated C.J. Coletti, his woodshop teacher. He's the only teacher that he knows that doesn't come to school and follow the same boring curriculum. He allows you to embrace yourself in the classroom. Let's hear it for C.J. Coletti. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for these outstanding teachers. Thank you very much.
All right, teacher recognition night for Pennsbury basketball. Falcons with a 21-16 lead at the half. And we turn to Ben Goldstein with our first half stats for tonight's game. Ben.
First half stats, we'll start with the field goal percentage. Pennsbury is shooting 27%, Truman 31%. However, Pennsbury is leading 21-16. Simon DeLuigi had a dunk. They've made a few more free throws than Truman, so that's been the difference. 3-point percentage, Pennsbury 33%, Truman 40%. Free throw percentage, Pennsbury 50%, Truman 80%. Offensive rebounds, Pennsbury has 9, Truman has 1. Defensive rebounds, Pennsbury has 9, Truman also has 9. So the total rebounds, Pennsbury with 18, Truman with 10. Steals and turnovers, Pennsbury has 3 steals, 12 turnovers. Truman 5 steals and also 12 turnovers. Blocks, Pennsbury has a block. Truman has 2 blocks, and Pennsbury 4 first half fouls and 1 for Truman. I think something I've noticed is Pennsbury had 15 turnovers last game, which made things close against the Chamonix, and tonight they continue the turnover issue as they have 12 in the first half. Obviously Truman as well. Pennsbury in the first half, in the first quarter, had 8 turnovers, which is why the game was tied in the first quarter, but they've started to pull away here 21-16, and a matchup I've liked to watch tonight has been Simon DeLuigi and Aaron Nathan, two centers, very both similar game styles, share the amount of rebounds and very close in points.
And those two guys really going at it. Simon DeLuigi leading the Pennsbury Falcons in scoring and top scorer so far in tonight's game with 10 points. And Aaron Nathan has 8 points. 8 points for Nathan and 8 points for Trey Winton. Those two guys, the only players on the Truman Tiger team to score, powering them to 16. For the Pennsbury Falcons, DeLuigi with double digits. He's got 10 points, 7 coming from Connor Taddy, 3 from Danny Cohen, and 1 from Teddy Mangan to get the Falcons to 21. There's Trey Winton with a corner 3, no good, and underneath Vaughn gets it poked away. And now they're going to say that was off of Vaughn.
Huh.
Rocco Grandi was saying he never touched it.
Okay.
So Falcon basketball, as we're about a half minute gone here in the third quarter. McCaffrey's game of the night. McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day. Also, big thanks to Junior's Car Wash just down the street from Pennsbury High School. Connor Taddy with it for the Falcons. Gives it up to Mangan. Mangan Euro step, and his runner is blocked by Aaron Nathan.
Big time block there by Nathan.
Both Nathan and DeLuigi with a bunch of blocks, a handful of blocks tonight between the two of them. A little bit of a block party. Nice look inside to Nathan. Winton gets it to him, and Nathan pulls the Tigers to within 3.
Doing it on both sides of the court.
And now Nathan in double digits. He's got 10 tonight. Rocco Grandi too strong off the glass. DeLuigi misses the follow-up. Quickly up the floor to Lachansky, and he gives it up to Aaron Nathan, and a great chance there for Truman, but they couldn't finish it.
It was a tough catch, tough pass. Like the idea, but want to cash in on those opportunities when you get them.
And he probably had time to come down with it and reset, but he went right up with the shot. Here's Taddy along the baseline into DeLuigi, inside, back to Taddy, corner 3, and he knocks it down. Connor from the corner, good that time to make it 24-18.
Yeah, Connor with the ball on one side, dishing it off, going baseline to the other corner, hitting a 3. Just a beautiful play there.
Trey Winton takes it inside. Tries to hook that one in, but it's Rocco Grandi racing it back the other way after the miss. Falcons here, Danny Cohen, he puts on the brakes and he didn't hold the pivot foot. He travels and gives it back to the Tigers. That turnover 12 now for the Falcons.
Yeah, the one thing keeping these Tigers in this game, I mean, they've only got 2 players that have scored. And this Falcons defense is set. They've been pretty stout.
And the Pennsbury defense right there, stout. Rocco Grandi, the junior, he gets a block. Sends it out of bounds. It will stay with the Tigers, and they're going to throw it all the way down the floor. Racing it up is DeVay Vaughn. Vaughn harassed by Rocco Grandi, and a little too much body there for Rocco Grandi. He gets called for the foul. First foul of the night on Mike Rocco Grandi. Falcons defending their SOL league title from last year, and the Truman Tigers unable to get a league victory. And you already see that, they're a good team and proving to be competitive, but there's a mistake by Truman. Took too long to get it in. It's a 5-second violation.
Number 1, Julian Rogers in the game for Jaden Lachansky.
And you go back to what Darnell was talking about, the Pennsbury Falcons and their defense, and that time there was nobody to throw the ball into.
Yeah.
Mangan here working against Vaughn. Rocco Grandi up top to Danny Cohen. Mangan looking inside to the big man. Behind the back pass to DeLuigi. Nearly goes out of bounds. Nice save by Simon. Around the perimeter there. And a traveling violation. Connor Taddy had a good jump stop.
A lot of traveling so far in this game by Pennsbury. One of the things they're going to have to clean up early in the season.
Yeah, traveling violations and a few too many turnovers. Yeah. And whistle, a timeout. Yeah, full timeout called by the Truman Tigers. As we're about midway through the third quarter tonight, McCaffrey's game of the night. On WBCB, McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road in Yardley, and the villages of Newtown, 2890 South Eagle Road. The place to gather with friends and family during the holidays. Puss in Boots Tavern, your hometown neighborhood place for decades. Reserve a table for any size gathering at the Boot. They also do catering on and off premise with different menu options. Let Puss in Boots cater your holiday event so you can relax and enjoy it. Puss in Boots Daily Happy Hour, Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, featuring half-price apps, daily specials, including their Fresh Seafood Festival on Fridays, their $1 hot dogs on Saturdays, cheesesteak Sundays at Puss in Boots, and check out their website for daily specials. Gift cards from Puss in Boots make great gifts for the holidays. Puss in Boots Tavern open 7 days, and your gathering spot for the holidays at 942 Trenton Road, Fairless Hills. You might even bump into Santa at Puss in Boots, and like Gus, maybe you can have a beer with old St. Nick.
Nice frosty pint with the good old Santa Claus.
Some Mad Elf. I wonder if they got the Mad Elf over at Puss in Boots. And it looks like there's a little moisture, I think, on the floor. So whistles blow before the Truman Tigers inbound it with 4:19 to go, third quarter tonight. Suburban 1 league clash between the Pennsbury Falcons and Harry S. Truman Tigers. Falcons looking to go undefeated here in this early season, and Truman still looking for their first win of the year. Into Vaughn. Vaughn to Winton. Winton tries to give it back to Aaron Nathan. It's poked away by the Falcons and taken away. Danny Cohen to Mangan. Mangan gives it right back to him around the perimeter now to Taddy. Connor Taddy, and I think the voting has now closed for no, you got a few more minutes to put your votes in for Connor Taddy, Athlete of the Week, and Mike Rocco Grandy lets the shot go. Can't connect. Vaughn gets his shot blocked by Rocco Grandy. Second block of the junior here in the half, and Danny Cohen with a pump fake. Gets the defender elevated and banks it home.
Good job to get a little pump fake, get a guy moving, and get the easy layup.
Take advantage of this Truman Tiger aggression there.
All fueled by the stop defensively.
Vaughn gives it off to Aaron Nathan, and Nathan, nice little shot. He's got 12 points.
Yeah, he's had a very nice game tonight. One of the few bright spots for Truman.
Tigers within 5 as we're under 3 to go, third quarter. Out to Taddy. Connor in the corner, not that time. And then he's called for a foul.
Foul number 10, Connor Taddy, his first.
Banged into Julian Rogers.
25, Stephon Thomas in the game.
Both those guys going for that
For
long
DeVay
rebound.
Vaughn.
For Taddy, it's his first. DeVay Vaughn to the bench. And on the floor now, you got Stephen Thomas, who dribbles for the Tigers, sends it over to Winton. Winton races over midcourt, tries to give it in the paint to Nathan, can't do it, and then Connor Taddy, strong hands as he works against Julian Rogers, and he ties him up.
Number 4, Grayson Gozum in the game.
Falcons with the possession
For
arrow.
Connor Taddy.
As Grayson Gozum checks in for Taddy. Just under 2.5 to go, third quarter. Falcons by 5. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Chris Irmer with Gus Barber, Darnell Turner, Ben Goldstein, Braden Niskevich. Great to have you with us tonight from Fairless Hills, PA. Rocco Grandy across the floor. There's Grayson Gozum now with it. Gives it back to Rocco Grandy. Drives the baseline, elevates, and blocked. Aaron Nathan swipes that one away. In transition, the Tigers with a 3.
That's how you do it.
No, that was a two-pointer. Two-pointer, long 2 for Stephen Thomas. His first bucket of the night.
Defense to offense fueled by another Nathan block.
And now the Tigers ratcheting up the pressure. Falcons break it. Cohen lets it go. Top of the key 3. Off the mark. Tigers with a chance here to maybe even tie it up with a 3-pointer.
That last That last bucket being the first bucket from someone not named Nathan in Winton.
Right now, Stephen Thomas dribbling around, nearly a 5-seat, finally breaks the pressure and gives it off to Winton. Winton with a quick catch and shoot. That's no good, and then a whistle underneath. That's going to go against Rocco Grandy. They say he was cutting off the pass.
Number 2, Mike Rocco Grandy, his second.
As the two players were
Sam Callahan in the game for the Falcons.
going for the rebound.
14, James Cook.
Rocco Grandy picks up his second. He'll head to the bench. Out there for the Falcons now, Callahan, DeLuigi, Cohen, Mangan, and Gozum. And an attempt at a long pass by the Truman Tigers goes off the divider.
I've only ever seen that for like half-court shots or anything like that. That was amazing.
Got a divider here in the Falcons' nest and planks off of that one. So that's out of bounds. It's thrown out of bounds. Falcons keep it alive. DeLuigi with the offensive rebound, and then Callahan, he gets banged into, goes to the floor, no whistle, and then in transition, Aaron Nathan, a little unsure of what he wanted to do with the basketball and took an extra step. He's called for the travel.
Whole weird sequence going on right there.
Under a minute to go now, third quarter, McCaffrey's game of the night. And the Falcons have only managed 4 points in the third quarter. Last night it was the third quarter where they started to turn, on Tuesday, where they turned it around against Neshaminy. Here's Cohen with a three. No, but Grayson Gozum is there. Nice weak side rebound by the emerging Pennsbury wing player. Mangan stop and go dribble, and now the Falcons taking their time, looking maybe for a good shot towards the end of the third.
And you can hear Coach Emmy screaming out one shot. He wants one last possession here in the third quarter.
Gozum guarded by Cook. Cook giving him enough space, and now Chapman comes over and gets things going. Here's Teddy Mangan with a three-pointer from the corner. And there's another traveling violation. That time it was Julian Rogers who couldn't hold his pivot.
Left. Wow.
And so with a few tenths on the clock, Falcons have an opportunity here to catch and shoot, but I don't think you have time. You can't put the ball on the floor.
You literally have to just grab, throw.
Cohen inbounds to Gozum. Gozum's shot, it would have counted, but it goes off the back rim. And we reach the end of the third quarter. Pennsbury 28, Truman 22. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB, brought to you by Junior's Car Wash at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. And you can join the Junior's Reward Club, and you get all types of perks and advantages, and keep your car clean and have fun going through Junior's Car Wash and checking out their light show. We thank them for their support of Pennsbury Athletics on WBCB. Hey, it's always a great time to view the world through Jammer Doors and Windows, a family-owned and operated local business, and they continue to have slam dunk sales, service, installation of garage doors and openers, entry doors, patio doors, storm doors, and windows. Jammer features Raynor garage doors, steel or aluminum, and crafted for dependable, long-lasting service. Jammer doors and windows, they do their own work and installation. They don't use any subcontractors, and that helps to save you money. Avoid the big box stores and save with Jammer doors and windows. Their showroom in Lawrenceville is at 2850 Brunswick Pike on Business Route 1, and the Yardley showroom open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. Don't forget, you missed the action tonight on BCB. You can read about tonight's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage and news coverage you can count on 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Back to action, fourth quarter. Truman with the basketball, and Vaughn is double teamed, and they're going to say he's tied up.
Jump ball, Pennsbury ball.
And again, the arrow is pointing Pennsbury's way. third quarter stats, Truman shooting a better percentage from the field than Pennsbury. Both teams shooting the same percentage from beyond the arc. And you look at the steals and the turnovers, Pennsbury with 6 steals, but they coughed up 16 turnovers. Here's one from Grayson Gozum.
Grayson Gozum for 3.
And a nice flow to that shot.
Yeah, he
in rhythm.
Stepped into it. Nice catch and shoot. Beautiful rhythm there. Ooh, weird play.
So 7:11 to go now, fourth quarter. Luchansky, hesitation dribble. Whoa, nice runner. Little teardrop with the left hand. It seemed like a low percentage shot, but it's found its way in. Connor Taddy nearly loses it out of bounds, saves it inbounds, stolen by Truman and then given right back. Taddy steals it right back. Callahan a little bit too far underneath the bucket, and he is slow to get up. Callahan still on the floor as the Tigers look for a good shot at the other end, and it goes out of bounds. Officials talking it over. It will stay with the Tigers as trainer Shan Barrett comes over to give a look to injured player Sam Callahan.
Looks like they're giving it to the Falcons.
But right now an injury timeout with 6:37 to go. A lot of blocks in tonight's game. In the third quarter alone, Pennsbury had 4 blocks, a couple of them coming from junior Mike Rocco Grandi, and Truman snuffed out 3 of Pennsbury's shots. Well, with Sam Callahan still working to get to his feet, we're going to step aside and return to the floor in just a little bit. High school hoops on WBCB. Falcons in front 31-24, and we'll be right back.
Hi, Paul Muller from Team Toyota. And this Toyota-thon, there's a lot to celebrate. If you haven't heard, new Toyota inventory is back with an updated model lineup for any lifestyle and vehicles ready for immediate delivery. Plus over 200 certified Toyotas and used cars for any budget with special finance rates available. And our award-winning service centers will keep you merry and safe this season. Visit us in store at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, or Glen Mills, or shop online at teamtoyota.net.
Don't let joint pain.
Danny Cohen enters the game for Sam Callahan, who was able to get up and make it over to the bench without any help, which was good, but took him a little bit to shake off the cobwebs or whatever was stinging after he took
it was a hard
some
fall.
hard contact down there. Falcons back to it. Mangan out on the wing, up top to Eric David. Cohen from downtown, no good, but Grayson Gozum comes flying in and he grabs the board. Gozum now inside out to Teddy Mangan, down on the baseline to Cohen. Falcons working the perimeter. Eric David's pass, looking for Connor Taddy in the corner, deflected, taken away by Truman. Luchansky, not that time, had the runner last time. This time goes off the side of the backboard. Here's Eric David, puts on the brakes, and he couldn't hold the position there. He kind of slid.
James Cook in the game.
And he's calling for a walk.
For Jaden Luchansky.
Pennsbury Boys Basketball Parents Club asking you to come out and support the Falcons. Sponsorships available. For more information on sponsorships, program books, visit the concession stand at any of the Pennsbury home games. A foul in the backcourt.
Fouls at number 4, Grayson Gozum, his first.
Grayson Gozum a little too aggressive, called for his first. Falcons up 7 with 5:44 to go. Mentioned it in our Trentonian pregame activities. Falcons looking for their first 4-0 start here of the decade. Trey Winton, long 2, he got it.
Trey Winton.
Just inside the 3-point arc, Trey Winton connects.
Yeah,
and makes it a 4-point game.
I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive as we get to travel here in these last 5 minutes. He's been, other than Nathan, a guy that can get his own shot, knock down a couple jumpers. So look to see him stay aggressive these last 5 minutes.
Man, another travel there by Pennsbury.
Yeah, just a bit too much indecisiveness when they get the basketball, and that kind of leads to them shuffling their feet.
Yeah.
Walking through the lane is Aaron Nathan. Couldn't connect on the shot, and the Falcons bring it back the other way. Up top to Connor Taddy, gives it over to Cohen. Around to Grayson Gozum. Falcons again work the perimeter. Driving there is Taddy, no good. Eric David had a piece of the rock, and they're going to call a foul on Truman. That is Shaq Chapman, who picks up his first. DeLuigi and Rocco Grandi back on the floor for Pennsbury. Eric David back to the bench. Connor Taddy again looking for those Athlete of the Week honors. Well, I don't know, next week we might be looking at Simon DeLuigi with the performances that he's been having for Pennsbury.
Absolutely.
He's their leading scorer tonight, and also making his presence felt on the defensive end. Here's Danny Cohen. Now gives it up to Rocco Grandi, who's fouled by Cook.
Foul number 14, James Cook.
James Cook, his first. About halfway through the fourth quarter, the inbound stolen away by Chapman. Chapman working against Mangan, and he heads to the line. Great job by Shaq Chapman to jump the passing lane, and then saw his opportunity, took advantage of it, gets to the line.
Yeah, good job just going with the body and going up with it, trying to just draw contact there, and it does exactly that.
Last time Chapman at the line back in the first quarter had his struggles. Pennsbury having their struggles protecting the basketball. 20 turnovers tonight for the Falcons.
Number 4, Grayson Gozum in the game.
Grayson Gozum back off the bench. Teddy Mangan will sit down for a little bit. Chapman eyeing his second free throw, and he finally gets one. And at this point, all of these fourth quarter points we get here to the midway point of quarter number 4 are critically important. This one's still in the balance. How about Connor Taddy from downtown? A healthy three.
Taddy for 3.
Big shot.
Well, right where it felt like Truman was starting to get a little bit closer. Taddy gives him a bit more space with a 34-27 lead. There's Cook with a 3. Nope, and it's Taddy with the miss. Racing it up the floor at the elbow, bounces it down to DeLuigi. DeLuigi inside out to Cohen. No good. Truman fans were looking for a walk underneath, but Cohen driving. Boy, he would love to have that opportunity again. Winton running the floor, and Gozum gets in his way, and he takes the charge. Grayson Gozum with a great defensive play for the Pennsbury Falcons.
Yeah, just sacrificing his body for the call there. Great job by Gozum setting his feet and drawing the charge.
Number 1, Teddy Mangan in the game.
Trey Winton, that offensive foul is his first. And Danny Cohen will hit the bench for a little bit. Teddy Mangan back out on the floor for Pennsbury. Connor Taddy quickly up the floor, gets it to the big man. Gets it right back, stops at the elbow, now around to Mangan. Mangan drops it off to DeLuigi. DeLuigi back to Taddy. And here in this second half, you start to see some of that flow that the Falcons were looking for, but that time,
Out of bounds, Truman ball.
Connor Taddy overshooting the target and throws it away. So they had a good flow, but
I don't know how you overthrow Simon DeLuigi, but he did there. But yeah, just trying to float that pass into him just a little high, and Good idea, just couldn't execute.
Aaron Nathan driving down the lane. He can't hit. Shaq Chapman on the floor. Gets it back over to Winton for three. That's no good. And DeLuigi underneath with a big rebound for the Pennsbury Falcons.
As good as look as you're going to get.
Mangan to DeLuigi. And DeLuigi will go to the line. Aaron Nathan thought he had a lot of the ball, but officials saw some contact there.
That number 11, Aaron Nathan, who's first.
Will give DeLuigi a couple of looks at the stripe.
21 Simon DeLuigi to the line, shooting 2.
And DeLuigi, for what a presence he has been tonight, this is his first trip to the free throw line. Comes with 2:33 remaining in the McCaffrey's game of the night. And he extends the Falcon lead. For complete automotive service, trust the Peruzzi Auto Group. Value and service on all makes and models. A free multi-point inspection on your vehicle with any paid service. Big thanks to Peruzzi for helping make portions of tonight's game possible. Ball tipped and brought in by the big man. Back up top, Mangan. Wow, DeLuigi. So many little things that he's doing for this team. Rebounding, rim protecting, extra opportunities with offensive boards.
Yeah, he's just a do-it-all kind of guy for this Pennsbury team, and somebody that he needed, especially with the absence of Ryan Zuckerman. He's done a fantastic job sliding into that position so far early in the season.
DeLuigi was our DiLorenzo's player of the game in their win over Neshaminy, and Coach Emmy came over while Ben was talking to Simon, and he said, oh man, how about this guy? Well, there's DeVay Vaughn. Nice look from the elbow. No good. How about that guy? Aaron Nathan underneath.
Aaron Nathan.
Banks it in to make it 35-29. But yeah, as Ben was doing our DiLorenzo's interview, Coach Emmy came over and big smile on his face with the effort that DeLuigi had. Certainly could be our DiLorenzo's player of the game. Whoa, nearly an alley-oop.
Nearly, I would have lost it.
Now down low goes Cook. His pass taken away by Mangan. Mangan takes the steal end to end.
Mangan.
And lays it home, 37-29. Quickly down the other way is Nathan. And Nathan puts a shoulder down into Pennsbury as an offensive foul. Yeah, that time the charge was taken by Connor Taddy. Yeah, DeLuigi right now, as far as the scoring and the impact he's had on the game, I think could be our DiLorenzo's player of the game, but I imagine tonight that Coach Emmy is going to send Connor Taddy over to talk with us after this one.
Yeah, Ben, you better be prepared.
A little more than 90 seconds to go. Still time for Truman. Pulling up from the lane right there is Taddy. Great job by Mangan to poke that one away. Knock it out of bounds just in front of us. Unfortunately for the Falcons, he couldn't keep it inbounds.
Timeout, Truman.
I know Ben is looking at all the different stats. You know, next game we got to have an eye on how many steals Teddy Mangan comes up with, because he makes such a big difference for this Pennsbury Falcon team. Poke that one away. It will stay with the orange and black. Timeout on the floor. And again, time to check out the world through Jammer Doors and Windows. Jammer Doors featuring Raynor garage doors, steel or aluminum. They're crafted for dependable, long-lasting service. Jammer Doors and Windows, long supporters of Pennsbury Falcon Athletics on WBCB. Visit their showroom, 2850 Brunswick Pike on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. And in Yardley, their showroom is open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. Pennsbury Boys Basketball Parents Club asking you to come out, support the Falcons this high school basketball season. Sponsorships are available. And for more information on sponsorships and program books, visit the concession stand at any of the home games. McCaffrey's game of the night. McCaffrey's in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center, 635 Heacock Road in Yardley, and the villages of Newtown 2890 South Eagle Road. If you missed the action on BCB, read about tonight's game in the Trentonian. As we get back to action, 1:21 remaining. Falcons with an 8-point lead. Critical possession here for the Tigers. They give it to Aaron Nathan. Nathan cut off down low. Back out to Vaughn. Vaughn up top to Winton. Little move inside. Nice look as he scoops it off the glass, but not enough spin on that one, and the Falcons bring it back the other way. We're down to under a minute to go. Mangan working against Luchansky, gets some space, picks up the ball, and is going to get bumped off of his spot. That's a foul.
Foul's number 33, Shaq Chapman.
Shaq Chapman picks it up. His second of the night. And Falcons now in the bonus. Mangan with 2 shots coming to him. Falcons next week move on. They'll visit Ben Salem on Tuesday. That's a road game for the boys. The girls are here at the Falcons Nest. Both games on WBCB.
25, Stephon Thomas in the game.
And you look at the players that have emerged in the SOL over the past few years. Ben Salem always packs a punch.
Yeah. And last year when that game was played here, it lived up to expectations. Went to the very wire, so expect nothing less from this matchup next week.
Yeah, that's on Tuesday night. Mangan hits at the line, and the Falcons are in front by 10. Kind of like the Neshaminy game, a really close game, and the Falcons enjoying their biggest lead towards the end of it. And now Aaron Nathan in the lane, lost his footing, nearly a travel. DeLuigi will take it away from him and try to get it to Danny Cohen. It's bounced out of bounds. Shaq Chapman, valiant effort to save it, but it is Pennsbury basketball. And we're now down to half a minute to go. Falcons poised to go to 4-0 for the first time in the decade. You know, I was wondering about that. Do you think that's the first time in the 2020s?
Yeah, I would say the 2020. So it's not a long decade.
Or the first time since 2013 or something? Great play there by Vaughn. Tips the ball away, steals it, and after he lays it home, a quick timeout taken by the Tigers. 4.6 remaining and an 8-point game. Right now an opportunity, a teaching moment here for Coach Jackson. And again, they talked about trying to stay competitive this season, and I think they gave the Falcons just about all they could handle tonight. They did turn them over 27 times. Falcons with 27 turnovers. So we looked at the Neshaminy game, 15 turnovers, something that actually they got worse at least in the statistics in this game. So.
Yeah, they got lucky. Falcons got lucky today, but you won't win many games with 27 turnovers, if any. That's 27 potential shots and looks you could have got at the rim, and you know they struggle shooting the ball today, and that's why you don't want to turn the ball over as much as they have. You know, give yourself when you're struggling those extra opportunities to just get the ball up on the rim and see if you can make the shot.
Stay with us after the game. Ben Goldstein will have our DiLorenzo's player of the game as the Falcons bounce it in. And Danny Cohen will just hold the basketball as the last second comes off the clock. And the Falcons win it 39-31 over the Truman Tigers. And thanks so much to Ben for all the work he does with stats. And he's going to talk to our player of the game in just a little bit. I'm looking at all these marks he made on this paper. Can you make sense of this, Gus? We got probably.
Yeah, you're just going to have to do some math, do some counting.
Yeah.
We'll leave that for Ben to come back.
Scoring 10 for the Truman Tigers was Trey Winton, and Aaron Nathan was their leading scorer. Nathan finished the game with 12 points. For the Pennsbury Falcons, Connor Taddy in double digits. I got him for 11. Again, I'm always shortchanging these players, so this is all unofficial, but a good night nonetheless for Connor Taddy and for Simon DeLuigi. DeLuigi, again, in double figures. I've got him for 11 points. Falcons with 39 to get them past the Truman Tigers and go to 4-0 here in this early part of the high school basketball season. We're going to step aside and return to the Falcons' nest. Ben Goldstein going over there to try to get Coach Emmy to send us over our DiLorenzo's player of the game, and we'll talk to that individual when we return in just a little bit.
Hi, Paul Muller from Team Toyota. In this Toyota-thon, there's a lot to celebrate. If you haven't heard, new Toyota inventory is back with an updated model lineup for any lifestyle and vehicles ready for immediate delivery. Plus over 200 certified Toyotas and used cars for any budget with special finance rates available. And our award-winning service centers will keep you merry and safe this season. Visit us in store at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, or Glen Mills, or shop online at teamtoyota.net.
Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems, and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more. 1490 WBCB Levitan and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Welcome back to the Falcons' nest. Pennsbury over Truman tonight, 39-31. Ben Goldstein is with our DiLorenzo's player of the game.
I'm here with the DiLorenzo's, the Berg player of the game, senior Connor Taddy. Here's your gift card to the Berg. 10 points tonight, and in the running for player of the week with the Philly Burbs. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it's a great accomplishment, you know. It's recognizing all the kids in the county, so the fact that my performance was top 5 in the county means a lot to me.
As one of the leaders on this team, you guys are 4-0 for the first time in a decade. How are you looking at this season so far, and what's the vibe of this team like early in the season?
You know, we're looking good. We got 4 good wins, but we're never satisfied. You know, we always got work to do. We always got to put in the work. You know, we got 3 hard days of practice before we got a road trip, 3 road trips next week. So we just got to keep working. We got to keep playing hard. We got to stay focused. We just got to get on top of our work, and we got to be good.
Part of that development you guys are working on is the turnovers. 15 last game against the Chamonix. I think you guys had ended with 27 tonight. How are you looking to turn that around and improve on that aspect of the game?
I mean, we just got to work on slowing the pace a little bit. I think Truman jumped on us really quick, and we rushed a lot of our passes. We rushed a lot of our plays. They sped us up the way we wanted to. We played into their hands. That's really forced the turnover, so that's something we got to focus on. That's something we got to go in tomorrow at practice. We got to work on.
This has been your DiLorenzo's, the Berg player of the game. Connor Taddy, thank you very much. Chris, back to you.
All right, thank you, Ben. Great job. Thank you, Connor, for coming over and enjoy that DiLorenzo's gift certificate. Thanks to DiLorenzo's Pizza, the Berg Pizza. And thanks to all of our sponsors for helping to make portions of tonight's game possible. The Revere Restaurant, Team Toyota, McCaffrey's Food Markets, St. Mary Medical Center, Penn Community Bank, Rob's Automotive and Collision, BCWSA, Puss in Boots Tavern, Jammer Doors, the Peruzzi Auto Group, DiLorenzo's Pizza, the Berg Pizza on New Falls Road, the Trentonian, Junior's Car Wash, the Pennsbury Basketball Boys Parents Club, and thanks again to Yardley Jewelers extending their liquidation retail store closing sale through December 23rd. And so get little extra holiday something from Yardley Jewelers, and they have great deals over there, 50 to 70% off their antique estate jewelry, diamond, wedding rings, all of that stuff. So great to welcome Yardley Jewelers here tonight, and we'll have them with us throughout the high school basketball season. And again, thanks to Connor Taddy for joining us for our post-game interview, brought to you by DiLorenzo's Pizza. So we're going to hit the road, like Connor was saying. We will be at Bensalem next Tuesday with boys coverage. The girls will be here at the Falcons Nest, and we'll have the doubleheader on the WBCB Sports Network. And that should be, be interesting to see again how this high school basketball season is shaping up. But so far, so good for Pennsbury. I mean, everybody who's been in front of them, they've been able to take down.
Yeah, it's going to looking like it's going to be a fun year ahead of us for this Pennsbury team, and it's led by all this experience, so it's going to be a fun one.
Well, this has been the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. One final time here from the Falcons Nest in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania. Pennsbury 39, Truman 31. Thanks for listening and watching some high school hoops tonight.